Hello, Trumpet World. I have something really fun and exciting for you guys, and it is this. I'm not gonna turn it into a long video where there's a long reveal. This is it. This is pocket valves. And pocket valves allow you to practice anywhere. This isn't like the official video or anything, but this is something that was an original company by a guy named Jack Holland back in the 70s. And Jack had invented a thing called the Buzzit. And then the Buzzit eventually became other products. And at some point, going to the ITG conference and meeting different people, the concept and the company and all the information was given to me. And I didn't do anything with it for many years. Mostly out of respect for the people that had really innovated and worked on it, but also because I was busy innovating trumpets. However, my whole life as a trumpet player have been practicing like on my hand or on my knee or whatever else, the fingerings. And I would think through a passage, I'd be like, and I would literally be able to think the pitches and the fingerings, so I could practice on my scales, whatever it might be, right? And the thing that was really important for me was to sync up my fingers with my mind. Now, Jack's original idea was that you could do the exact same thing. And somebody said, hey Jack, what if you had a thing where you could buzz with it, right? And you could buzz the pitches, so he created a version of it. It was made out of oak with some black pistons. I should have brought one in for the video, but I have a set of them because of course, I was part of the whole thing after he died. So anyhow, I have that whole system. And eventually he put a little lead pipe looking thing with a receiver on it, and the idea was you would buzz with it. And that's kind of where the idea just left, and it didn't really innovate past that. What I found was it wasn't important to buzz, and actually it was more harmful than good, to be buzzing the pitches, because it was so hard to buzz the right pitches because you're not playing the trumpet. And there are a lot of reasons why you don't want to do that. You can watch my other videos if you want to see them, but it's better to not buzz them, but rather think the pitches, or even just practice the fingerings. So you can go through all your scales. You can do 1 octave, 2 octave, you can do your arpeggios, whatever it might be. You can also use your tongue if you need to, whatever it might be. But it's more beneficial to mentally practice what you're gonna play and do the fingerings than to buzz it. And it comes down to the essential, important piece of playing any musical instrument, which is you need to be able to visualize what you're going to perform. The visualization can be very easily distracted by the movement and the sounds and all those things. So when I would practice learning or like memorizing a concerto or a solo or anything else, the best way I ever found to do it was to sit in a quiet, dark place and mentally just imagine the whole thing and move my fingers. That's all I did. So if I were practicing the Haydn, bum 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 bum, so on and so forth, I would imagine it with nothing else. I wouldn't sing it. I would just hear the pitches and imagine the most beautiful tone with the orchestra, and that ability for us to basically visualize our perfect performance is more important than the actual practicing on the instruments. And I've learned this to be true with my students, but also I discovered that it's really true with me because I build trumpets and work with trumpet players all day long, and I rarely get to practice. And when I finally pick up my trumpet, usually I can play things very, very well because I was mentally thinking through it while doing other things. Not all of you are at that level, which is perfectly fine, but if you're on a subway or a train or a bus or an airplane, or you're at school or wherever else you might be, and you have time, you could just be fingering through and practicing on the practice pocket valves. They were designed to fit right in your pocket, and they are real pistons. I CNC machine these to really high tolerances, just like I do all of my trumpets. They're very high quality, and they're gonna sell for $195 a set retail. And on our crowdfunding, if you want to be a part of that and you want to get in on the ground level, then the first day only, just the first day, they're going to be $95. Now, I'm not sure I'll ever make a production run of these again because I'm not sure that it's a profitable product. It was very expensive to produce this simple little thing because of the precision machinery and tolerances that were involved in doing it. However, the first production run is already done. So those I'm going to sell on our crowdfunding campaign. It's going to start in a few days. And if you want to get an email notification when it's going to launch, then all you have to do is go to harrelsonmomentum.com. When you get there, you're going to find a place to sign up for the pocket pistons and pocket valves. There's similar products. And then just sign up with your email, and then I'll send you an email probably 12 hours before the launch, so you know it's the first day and you can get in on the $95 entry ground level. And after that, there'll be $195 after the campaign. So yeah, that's pocket valves. I know a lot of people have been asking me where can I get information. I'll show you a little bit about it. As you can see, they are real little pistons. There are no side ports or anything because we don't need them, but there's real piston in there. Everything's made from brass except for the piston itself is Delrin. They're real little bottom caps. So all these things actually come apart just like a real trumpet. I'll show you one. They're fun because what I did was I designed it as a model so that you guys could experience an inexpensive version of high quality machining from Harrelson. And then I designed this basically valve set section, which is almost identical to the same spacing as a real trumpet. And it looks so small you would think, well, that's not the right spacing, but it is. So I'll show you. Here's a Muse trumpet, and I'm going to show you the spacing compared to the pocket valves. So there's the spacing, look at that. Okay, almost identical in spacing. So let's get it right there. Yeah, it's almost exactly the same. It's like 1 millimeter less span between pistons. I also designed it so that it would be ergonomic to hold, so it's an ergonomic grip. And that was inspired by the ergonomic grips that we make for our trumpets, which you'll see on some of our instruments, where you can grip it and it feels very comfortable. But this fits your thumb perfect and your index finger, and you can hold it just like a real trumpet. And then I put this little spot here for your thumb. And now you have the perfect little way to practice. So that is our pocket valves. They are going on a crowdfunding campaign. I can't tell you if it's Kickstarter or Indiegogo yet, but there'll be a release soon. And the first day you get the best deal. They're only going to run for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then they may be done forever. I may never produce them again because they're expensive to make. It was more of an experimental thing for my Trumpet Momentum students than anything else, but I made enough to share with other people as well. For everyone that's an advanced member in Trumpet Momentum, then you guys who've been in it for at least 6 months, you get a set of these for free because you're one of my students. Everybody else, you can buy one, but like I said, I may not do another production run. This may be your only chance to get them. It's so fun. It's so cool. I've been playing with it now for a couple weeks. They will not be in red. This is my 3D printed prototype. I have a bunch of these prototypes in red, but they're most likely going to be in a gray out of nylon, or TPU, which I think is going to be in black. We'll see. And TPU is just a more flexible version. But either way, it's a lot of fun. It's very easy to carry these around. And I have a feeling these are going to probably, the ones that we sell on this first production run, are probably going to be around for a very long time. So that is pocket valves. Thank you for watching. Remember, Harrelson Momentum, HARRELSON MOMENTUM.com. Go there, and then you can sign up for updates, and you can get a set yourself. All right, I'll see you guys next time.